back here with MITA Unshackled, still 2022 with the small fan club back there. But there's thousands of people out there in the Mjbizcon world. We got 2 stories, South Hall, 2 stories, probably 30,000 people here. I'm here with a couple of friends from Arizona. We got Rick and Sadie.
Yes, thanks for having us.
We'll get into who you guys are and stuff in a second here. But what are your impressions of Mjbizcon? What do you see? What do you see? What do you feel?
I mean, it's a great show. It's a big show. Been to a few of them. I just spoke recently at Lucky Leaf Convention in New Mexico, and I'll tell you that it's way big. I mean, let's talk about 10 times, 15 times the size of that one. So, I mean, really a one-stop shop for any dispensary or anybody that's in the marijuana industry. Really.
What are your impressions so far?
It's great. It's really one of the best shows of the year, where all the decision makers in the industry gather. We're super glad to come here and meet with clients and make new connections and see friends. So MJBiz is always a great time.
So, you know, I had the pleasure of meeting Jordan and learning a little bit about what ExStax is. And, you know, we're going to talk about your company, ExStax. But first of all, let's talk about you, maybe about how you got into cannabis. And have you worked on any projects before ExStax, or what's your cannabis? Is this one of your first cannabis projects?
Well, I mean, going back to my first cannabis project, I think I was 17.
Yeah, there you go.
Realized that,
we just had a guy who was dealing to a second grade teacher.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, it just comes full circle, right? Yeah, one plant's just as bad as 150, so we did it then. And I mean, it's just a little sidebar of that, but I mean, more recently when I got into cannabis, it was really, I'm in the vaping industry.
Yeah.
Right? And then with the FDA, we're one of the largest liquid nicotine suppliers, one of the largest nicotine suppliers in North America, second largest actually. And anyway, when my wife and I were pregnant with our daughter, my wife was pregnant with our daughter, I knew that, you know, with all the fire that's coming there, pivoting to a more regulated industry, something that we could go into was kind of the obvious choice at my time with like the connections that I already had established, my friends in the business. So kind of dot some stuff up, threw it against the wall, a couple things stuck, and then here we are.
Excellent. And tell us about yourself briefly.
Yes, I do PR for the industry. We represent a bunch of great companies, but I graduated from Northern Arizona in 2021, and I've been in the cannabis industry for a little over a year and a half, and I love it.
And she is the co-host for today's podcast, so we're thrilled to have you. And I did meet Jordan, so I do know a little bit about the ExStax, but let's start from the beginning as to what ExStax is and what makes it unique. And I'll be able to make some of my same jokes that I made before with Jordan, but this is a really cool product. Tell us about ExStax.
Cool. Well, ExStax, ExStax stemmed from this. This is the world's first, the original stackable 510 card. What this is you know, basically a brainchild of myself, my partners Ryan and Gerald, and you know, we just said, hey, can we do this? Kind of came up with it. Again, threw it against the wall and stuck. We ended up working with some partners and getting this thing developed. It took about a year and a half, and that's really what birthed it. So from that, now we have 6 other patents, I believe, for other products, you know, that are either on market or coming to market, and 2 other batteries we're developing, a whole lot of stuff that we have going on now, which was really, you know, crazy. That's what started it all. So ExStax was birthed from those cartridges because, you know, going into any industry, you have to have something for sale, right?
You can see what I'm doing. I am doing the ExStax thing here.
You are. So
I want to do the Guinness Book of World Record one.
Oh, well, I think that's 7 right now.
Is that 7?
Yeah, 7.
Like functional 7.
Hey, can I get 7 more cards for my friend? So, yeah, so ExStax was really the, what happened there, Chris Body, one of the co-founders, co-CEO, we were picking my son up from school one day, and I said, hey, buddy, I want to show you something. It's really cool. I'd really like to do this with, you know, take you along with, you know. And he saw it, jumped out of the car, literally did a dance, got back in and said, okay, how do we do this? Let's go. Because he saw the potential at that moment of the product and what kind of market belief in the marketplace. So that's how ExStax was born. You know, we formed a great team through connections. You know, Jordan Higa, he's on there. Manny, as you know as well, that you've met previously. You know, we have a great staff, and it continues to build. You know, we hired our PR company over here, Proven Media, and they've been fantastic. Let's see, our official launch was October 13th. On October 11th, the exclusive went out to Mjbizcon. On the 12th, I had High Times Magazine reaching out to me directly at 9 p.m. saying, can I get the interview tonight? Because I need to launch the story tomorrow before it hits.
Well, it's a cool concept.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, it was just, it's all everything. So yeah, cool concept. It's still in its infancy, obviously, a month and a half ago, real launch. The focus is, and about he was joking around, as you can see, it is, it's a stackable 510. The cool thing is, right, and what ExStax does now is that you can have an indica, you have an indica, you have a sativa. You can put those on top and create your own custom blends. You are able to mix two completely different formulations. So outside
I'm going to
of
put Woodstock up here so they can see.
I appreciate it.
He's the soul of the show.
Yeah. So outside of, ExStax's use, there's almost infinite amount of uses. Because when we're looking at it from a technology standpoint, you can have oil in one cartridge, right? An oil-based liquid or liquid. So there's THC, any cannabinoid basically across the board. You compare it with any vapable water-based now because, that's what the vaping side of nicotine vaping, that is, a water-based. Vegetable oil, propylene glycol, or nicotine itself is water-based. So you can couple. Now write down on a piece of paper, left side, right side, right? And you have the left side of water-soluble, vapable products. On the right side, oil-soluble, vapable products. Now that combination is literally endless. If you're looking at all the different terpenes you can add, and you can just, on an oil and oil, right? Cannabis, straight cannabis use only. Terpene formulations here for sleep, paired with your favorite hybrid indica or sativa on the bottom. Then you can pop that one off, and then put on your energy terpene blend the next day, maybe supplemented with vitamin B12. Who knows? Now again, possibilities are endless. So,
I can see like a whole shop, like a whole convenience store being open with just different ideas that you could walk into and put things like just make things happen.
Yeah, and actually that's really what it does for the consumer, right? It allows the consumer to customize their own experience.
Yeah,
absolutely. So now
this is like a kiosk in the mall, not a kiosk in the mall, like a whole store in the mall.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, now your bud tenders are now trying to tell the customer or help the customer, educate them to say, well, Martha, what ails you? When they're customers, when they come in, they can connect more on that level. I mean, besides a point of sale where now you're selling multiple cartridges because they stack, instead of, so your point of sales increased from one average cartridge to two or more because now people want to stack more all at one time. So from a product point of view, from a point of sale, that's a dispensary view. It's a great deal because it brings more profit, more foot traffic in. From a client's perspective, it allows them the customability option that has never been out there before because for a hybrid, they had to pick it off the shelf. Or Jared back there would just pull out whatever was cool. Now they can say, well, I really like this one, and I need these 3 other blends. And that allows her to have that energy to go to the grocery store. It allows her to now have, Martha, again in reference, the melatonin or, even another terpene card for sleep that adds those additional benefits. They're completely unavailable before, and now it's here.
This technology has a tremendous amount of applications. It's really impressive. What's the consumer patient response been so far? I know my uncle liked it. He put together a Grow Science one. And I don't even remember what he mixed, but he did it right on the spot when Jordan gave him one. And he's like, this is pretty cool, man. But he wanted like more choices, but they're not out there yet.
Right, and that comes with anything. So again, when we created ExStax, it was first market because nobody wants to be first, right? Everybody's scared. Everybody is like, oh, I don't know, let's see how it goes. And so we created ExStax because we have that confidence in our brand. So from there, we were working on different licensing deals in other states. It's really been crazy, especially with our great our PR team. So the customer, if I could, any of these people.
That's okay.
I was gonna say he doesn't have a mic, but the customers love it. Like, if you show somebody kind of the same way that you first saw it, you're probably like, oh, that is cool. Yeah. You started putting them together and you started turning ideas in your head. That's what it is. So really, now we just got to get the purchasers, on board with that. We get the dispensaries on board. We've had big MSOs already reach out to us for samples, all that kind of stuff. And then I guess that would lead me over to my other thing is how the importance of patenting a product. patenting and making sure that you're covered. Because in this day and age, everybody wants to do what everybody's doing in the
Drew from Avila over there is doing a ballet move. I'm sorry.
Is he? No. I'll try to be more interesting for you.
No. I just haven't seen a grown man do a ballet move in a conference recently. Sorry. There's a Smurf over there too. This is a great idea, and we're excited. So, where can people see it in the market right now?
In the market right now, we're still testing out a few places. Right now, we're.
So how do people find it? People want to learn. People want to talk to you.
You want to learn about it? Go to ExStax.com. It's ExStax.com, and that's extracts and stack basically. Or for the wholesale version of an empty cart for that filler, that would be GetStacked. Is GetStacked.com, and then that would be the wholesale side of the carts. You can learn everything there, or reach out to me directly through either of those websites, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
So you guys are still in the process of developing strategic partners and all that. We got a producer over here going, wow. You guys are still in the process of developing out strategic partnerships and looking for strategic partners to develop out throughout the cannabis ecosphere at this point, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Open to everything and all. I just got back. My wife hates me right now, but we just got back from Colorado yesterday to go really speak to some key players out there in that industry. And the immediate reaction is, okay, let's do this. So, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we're going to see some serious moves from Colorado. I'm not going to mention it yet, but we will have a press release off of that. We are talking with a few people in Arizona, really our home city, but I think that our goal right now is to just get it out there.
Yeah.
Podcasts like this, your help, Dimitri, being on the show.
Anything we can do.
Really helps put a face to the name and really get that visibility out there, so I appreciate you.
Excellent. And how do people get in touch with you?
They can reach me directly at rick@exstax.com.
He stopped doing ballet, by the way.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah,
I can see it in your eyes.
He's just a weird dude.
But the Smurf's still there, though, isn't it?
I'm looking for Smurfs now. Any questions that I missed?
No, and I was just going to say something too. Just with where the market is and everything, the data backs it up on the vape end, and just on new innovative products. Like, this is something that dispensaries are able to kind of latch on and promote as a new innovative product. So just something neat in the market in a time when things may not be going as great as they typically are. So ExStax is very interesting in the fact that it gives consumers the ability for personalization, and that's where the data's at, personalization and discrete ways to medicate. So
this is a game changer.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting concept that I think has legs, and it's going to be exciting to see what it evolves into.
Yes.
I could just see, I literally can see a convenience store choices of all those different potential combinations that you talked about.
And in the edible market too, you see the ratio gummies where people are blending the cannabinoids for pain. So it's essentially kind of the same thing, but in the vape market.
The choose your own adventure of cannabis, ExStax.
Yes, and if I could also, it helps so much in a oversaturated market. Let's talk about Oklahoma, Colorado, Oregon, California.
Differentiator.
Uniqueness, differentiator, and then now you have unique mixes at each store, or different dispensaries have them. So no one's the same either. So it's no longer cookie cutter, from that aspect. The first to board this ship are going to be those innovators who are helping get this innovative product on the market that does shift that traffic, that weight, that money in that wherever the area that they're at. And we're really looking forward to this partnership.
Love to. And when Mexico legalizes vape pens, I'll help you take it into Mexico.
Orale.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Rick.
Good to meet you too.
Thanks to meet you.
See you soon.
As always.
Thank you.